everybody, Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm, and today I am bringing you a few of my favorite things. What are those? Tabasco peppers and an Instant Pot. Now I never thought I would say two of those in the same sentence together, but I am today. Working here on the farm doesn't always leave a lot of time for me to do things. I love my ferments. I just fermented a bunch of hot peppers and made some hot sauce the other day. But when I got these Tabasco peppers, I really wanted to make a separate Tabasco. I didn't want to add them in with the serranos and the Havasu peppers and the jalapenos that we harvested this year. I wanted to do something a little bit closer to Tabasco. There's no way I'm going to be able to do better than Tabasco ever, but I'd like to have something close to it. It is probably, no, it's not probably, it is my favorite hot sauce ever. I go through the large bottles. There is no point in buying a small bottle of Tabasco when I'm around. So although this won't replace my beloved Tabasco, it will be something fun to play with, and I love making hot sauce, and I love giving hot sauce away as gifts too. So making it in the Instant Pot is great because the counter in Gigi's laundry room right now is covered in salsa and fermenting hot sauces and fermenting banana peppers. So we needed to do something kind of quick to bottle up and have done and put in the cupboard. So this is it, and I thought it was kind of cool using my Instant Pot. So what we did here is I harvested 16 ounces, a pound of Tabasco peppers, solely Tabasco peppers, and you'll want to chop them up. Do not do what I'm doing. Wear gloves. I couldn't find mine this morning. I looked and decided, you know what, I'm just going to deal with it. Don't rub the eyes, don't touch the face. I'm always touching my face, so good luck to me. And then what you'll want to do is wash them, take the little green tops off. You want to dispose of those, put those in your compost, and then just give a rough chop to the peppers. Nothing fancy. So let's get these chopped up. You can see I already chopped up the others. I don't know when I first discovered hot sauce. I remember around 5, my grandma making scrambled eggs, and I don't know what possessed her, but for whatever purpose, she put, I love ketchup on my eggs. Yes, I'm one of those people. Don't hate me. But she put a little Tabasco with it. I guess she just wanted me to always try something different. Anyway, I loved it. I have always loved hot sauce. And so that started at least 5 that I can recall my love of hot sauce. Now, capsicum, which is what you find in the peppers. Okay guys, you don't have to have any in your food. Max and Bijou are having a fit. Bonnie the donkey just went off, so something's going on outside. Capsicum is in peppers, it's in the skins, and it is excellent for your stomach and for muscle aches and pains. So I guess I should never be in any kind of pain the way I down this stuff. But anyway, it's super good for that. So I had taken out my handy dandy kitchen scale this morning and did my tare weight. If you don't know what that is, you turn your scale on, you put whatever bowl you're going to measure into on top. In the case of this scale, you push the button again, it takes the poundage down to 0, even though your bowl is sitting there, which is great because now you get an exact measurement of what you want. So read the instructions for your scale, but in the case of mine, you turn it on, you put your bowl on top, you press the button, and then you put your product in and you get your weight. So I have 1 pound of these. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your Instant Pot on to saute and get your peppers in. What you're going to do here is just release the flavor. I'm using my 3-quart Instant Pot. For those of you that haven't followed along with me, I fell in love with Instant Pot long after everybody else already knew about it. I just sort of happened upon it in my Facebook group. Ladies were starting to talk about it, and I thought, what is this Instant Pot thing? And like I said, quick right now with us on the farm is great because we are trying to establish ourselves from raw land to a small hobby farm. We eventually want ducks and heritage turkeys, and we already have about 70 guinea hens and our 2 donkeys that we have, and we just kind of want to make a little farm for our family. But right now, trying to get the infrastructure going, I don't have a lot of time to cook like I used to. I do a lot of roasts and a lot of hand things made from scratch, which I love to do, but it is hard to find the time right now. The Instant Pot has made a world of difference. We're still eating good, nutritious food, but it's quicker. So I wish I came to pressure cooking a long time ago. So while this is getting up to speed here, I suppose there's other things you could add if you felt like it. I'm doing as pure a Tabasco sauce as I can, but I suppose there's no reason that you couldn't add garlic. There's no reason you couldn't add some type of onion. You know, one of my favorite things is bay leaf. I made you a recipe of this with bay leaf in it. My Tabasco plant is still going strong, although the frosts that have been hitting, I don't know how much longer it's going to last. Right now the peppers, I can't harvest them yet, and it's killing me. So I'm thinking about perhaps putting some plastic and see if I can get that last harvest, get those peppers to ripen and pull that last harvest off my Tabasco plant. I'm telling you what's in the future, greenhouse. Definitely need a greenhouse. So I'm hearing this start to kind of crackle a little bit. I'm going to give this maybe about a 5-minute saute, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you what you're going to do next. Okay, so I finished the sauteing. I put in 2 tablespoons of my favorite salt. I only learned about this salt about a year ago at San Francisco Salt Company. They have amazing smoked salts. They use Pacific sea salt. This particular one is alderwood. Alderwood has this campfire smell. It sends you right out to the campfire with good friends. It's sort of a sweet, smoky smell, and I love it. So I used I used 2 teaspoons of that. I suppose you could use, wow, that's potent. I suppose you could use a couple of drops of liquid smoke. I don't use liquid smoke, but I would say 2 tablespoons of regular salt, real salt, and maybe a drop or 2 maximum of liquid smoke. Also, you're going to want to put in 1 2/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. I've already done that. I was in such a rush. I did that without you. Stir that up, and then you're going to want to put your lid on. You're going to want to not have it on venting. You're going to want to have it on sealing, and then pop this baby on, and all you want is 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to yummy goodness. I am so excited. So I'm going to get things cleaned up here in Gigi's kitchen while the Instant Pot does its thing, and we'll come back and then we will run the immersion blender through it, strain it, and bottle it. It's that easy. Be right back. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off now. We've done a natural release, left it about 10 minutes. Remember, this is just a little 3-quart Instant Pot. I own all 3 sizes. If there's more, don't tell me. But I own a 3-quart, a 6-quart, and an 8-quart. I believe this is the 3-quart Luxe, and I love it, especially for smaller things like this, and hard-boiled eggs I do with my 3-quart because it doesn't have as much room that it has to fill up to come to pressure, so it's even quicker. So let's take the top off. Now I am definitely going to have to take the seal out of here, give it a good cleanup, and have it outside in the sun to remove that chili pepper from it. I don't want to have, I don't know, chili pepper yogurt or anything like that. So next, what you're going to want to do is take your immersion blender and give it a good blend, staying away from the steam. You not only do not want to hit yourself with the steam, that steam is carrying some mighty powerful fumes. I find I use the immersion blender a lot in the fall. Soups, I love a nice thick pea soup or clam chowder, leek and potato. Sometimes we leave it brothy, but sometimes you get the immersion blender in there and you bust the potato up just a little bit. It's so creamy. I love that. So we're almost done here with this. Oh, that's smelling so good. You can get that hint of the smoked alderwood salt. And I'm covering myself in it too. It's also an art project. The one thing about when you're making any kind of a chili sauce is those oils from the peppers, that orange is like the creeping cruds. It sticks to everything. So you need to do a good wipe up when you're done. All right, so now what I'm going to do is probably not burn my hands. Grab a couple of pot holders from Gigi's pot holder stash, and we want to strain this. That's the other thing I love about an Instant Pot, the cleanup. I'm just cleaning a stainless steel bowl. I love that. There are other brands out there. When I first went to buy an Instant Pot, I grabbed the first one I saw at a big box store, brought it home, was explaining to Mr. Blue Jeans how exciting this was, and he looked at it and he says, "You don't use Teflon." Oops. So some brands have Teflon pots. I am not somebody who uses Teflon. Everything I have is stainless steel or cast iron, and that's just where I'm happy. All right, so we are going to get this strained out. Look at that, comes right out. Now I have to say, when I make any kind of hot sauce, see, I just touched my face, wasn't that smart? When I make any kind of hot sauce, I never get rid of the paste part. Last night, I had some leftover paste from fermenting some hot sauce. Let it sit a couple of weeks, ground it up, strained it like this, had this nice thick rich paste, and we had a turkey breast in the freezer, one of those ones that looks like a tenderloin. I'm not a big fan of turkey, don't hate me, it's just not my thing. I just think it's kind of flavorless and I've never really cared for it. But everybody else was coming over to dinner last night. It was a family dinner, and I thought, I'm gonna take this paste and I'm gonna crust it on top of the turkey to give this thing some flavor. So I had an open bottle of beer that Mr. Blue Jeans didn't finish, and I used that as the marinade, put some onion powder and garlic powder on that turkey tenderloin, and layered the top with probably about this much, maybe a little bit less of chili paste, and there wasn't a piece left. Everybody flipped. They just, and I have to admit, I had a small piece of it. It wasn't bad. It tasted really good. So don't get rid of your paste. Save it and use it to wipe on, I don't know, wipe it on your pizza. Use it in your pizza sauce. Throw it in a spaghetti sauce. Maybe if you're making hamburgers, put a little helping of that in there. Just freeze it in batches, which is also something you can do with your hot sauce. Now this hot sauce should keep about 3 months in the fridge, but if you think you're going to not get through it that quickly, here I will, then go ahead and use an ice cube tray. Just your standard ice cube trays actually turn out to about a tablespoon of liquid. So just freeze those up, pop them in a baggie, and you've got a tablespoon of hot sauce. All right, I'm gonna probably finish squeezing this off a little bit later because I don't want to have this go on for hours. It feels like it could sometimes. So I'm just gonna pop this in here. And then, so you've got this beautiful, beautiful hot sauce. And you can pop it into a mason jar if you like. Now, if I'm doing something acidic, I use the plastic tops because I just don't like the rust that accumulates on these tops. It scares me a little bit, so I don't do that. So I'll put a plastic top on here. You can get Grolsch bottles. They're fun to acquire because you have to empty them. So you can do a Grolsch bottle, or you can go on Amazon or your favorite store that carries these kinds of bottles, and you can bottle it up, or you can even go online and get little hot sauce bottles, and like I do, label them and give them as gifts of homemade hot sauce. This would be the first year I would be giving away homemade Tabasco. Well, we'll see if I'm giving it away. Let's see. We'll see if I'm giving it away. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. You definitely get heat. There is major heat in here. The vinegar is very tame. I would have thought it would have been a little bit more, you know how it catches you right here, pungent? And you get that background of the alderwood smoked salt. This is a winner. This is a winner. This is the first time I've made this one, and I just wanted to bring it to you guys. I'm always hunting for things online and changing them up a little bit, and that's where the smoked salt came in, because I had that for a while. So I'm just building the old Grosh container here, which seems to be the perfect size for what we have. Now, if you like this recipe, you can hop over onto the blog. I'll put a link below. It's www.5dog.farm, and I will have the recipe there for you to go ahead and make. Leave me a comment. If you added something different to yours and it came out great, let me know. I may do this next time with garlic. Sounds good, doesn't it? So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate very much that you're here and you're watching. I hope you enjoy this hot sauce recipe. I certainly hope you make this hot sauce recipe. And until the next time, this is Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm. Talk to you soon.